Hello, how are we all today? Right, I'm going to try reducing background noise and enhancing voice and see if that helps. I have tried taking the phone off the hook, but it sets off an alarm, so I haven't been able to do that. Door's open so child can get in. Dog's got treats in a puzzle ball, so that's okay. So hopefully no more distractions this week, but no doubt there will be, I'm sure. Right, I'm just trying to find myself, but for some reason we've gone blank. Aha, there we go. All right. So, how are we all? Hope we've all had a good week. As you may have noticed this week, I've been concentrating on the By My Side stamp set. So today I'm going to recreate a card that I shared. I think it was yesterday, maybe, or the day before. Can't remember which. Slight variations. So I shall flip you around and we'll see how we go. Just bear with. Okay. Plug this in. And bring it down a bit. Okay. That's better. Right. So, yeah, like I say, we're going to be using the By My Side stamp set. And I'm going to pair that with the Rays of Light stamp set. Let's just get this so that I can see if anybody makes comments. There we go. Do remember to say hi if you're joining us. So, yeah. So, first of all, I'm going to stamp my image. And I've chosen to use this little girl this time. So I'm going to find a scrap of white cardstock to do some stamping and colouring on. There we go. And I'm going to use Memento to stamp in. Oh, something on that. Bit of fluff. We don't want fluff. Just ink that up. There we go. And I shall stamp that. Okay. And then you can either use stamping blends or watercolour pencils. And I think I'm going to use stamping blends. No, I'll use watercolour pencils for this one. Though I'm not going to watercolour with them. I'm just going to use them as pencils. Now, unfortunately, mine are the older sets. So mine have got some retired colours in. In fact, yeah, no, swipe that. I am going to use blends so that I can do part of the girl's dress in the same colour, because I'm using Orchid Oasis, and with it being an in colour, we haven't got watercolour pencils for that. So let's just grab our Orchid Oasis, and I find that's our dark. So I'm going to do a little dress or maybe a skirt in this. So for me, I just put down a little bit of dark first. Some people do dark, some people do light first. It's entirely up to you. There is no right or wrong. And then we'll just blend that in with a little bit of the light. There isn't a massive difference in these two colours, or shades, should I say. But but as it dries it starts to appear a bit more. And I'll just flick that just to add a little bit. There we go. Let's just give us a tiny little bit of shading, and then I think we'll go stick with the In Colours and go with the Sweet Sorbet for the top. And just do a few little dots around here where it'll be darker, just where there's bits of shadow maybe. Okay. This is just a really simple colouring. That's it, just to add a little bit to it. Okay, and then for our butterfly, I think we'll go with a little bit of the Sweet Sorbet around the edge. I'm not going to bother shading on this, it's so tiny. And then I think we'll go with a Parakeet Party, just to brighten that. Different colour. There we go. So now for a hair, I tend to use a mix of colours on hair. So I'm going to go with the Copper Clay and mix in a bit of Pecan Pie and the bronze. I'm sorry I have to keep reaching over. I didn't think this through very well. But yeah, I didn't intend on using our blends. So we'll go in with Copper Clay. And all I do with this is just flick it round in the circles, well, semicircle. That's her ear. She's got hair over it here. A bit of light. It's just building it up. Always following the curls. Okay, and then we'll go with our Pecan Pie and dark. Add some of that in. Like that. And I'll go in with the lights. Fill most of that in with that. And then just for the last touches, and we'll blend a bit with the bronze. Fill in any gaps that are left. And then what I will do, just to make sure, is go back with the Pecan Pie light and just go over it all. So I've used a bigger, larger end to just go over it. That just helps to blend it all together. You haven't got such stark marks. There we go. And that's our hair done. Right, for a face, we'll get the neutrals. And I'm going to go, I find 900's a bit light. 600 and 700 I want somewhere. There we go. And then we'll just add that in. And just put some shading down the hair and the neck, under a chin and under her eye. And maybe just on her nose because the butterfly is casting a little bit of shadow. You can see all the alcohol coming out then. And then we'll just go over that. Squeaky squeak. Go over the edges a couple of times just to blend it in. There we go. And a bit on her legs and around. Oh, I haven't shaded them, they're too tiny to see. Okay, and hello Anne-Marie, how are you? Hope you're well. I'm just going to fussy cut this out because we haven't got dies for this. I'm not the best at fussy cutting. I don't pretend to be, but I tend to leave a little bit of a border, which allows it to be a bit more forgiving, because at times my border will be thicker and thinner, but it seems to work okay for me. You can, if you want to, chop the butterfly off and put it on separate. I'm not going to, I'm just going to keep it all in one. We will go around a bit of hair, but sometimes I do end up chopping it off if it doesn't work. That's not a problem. And with the hair being like it is, even though there are places where I have gone outside the stamped image, it doesn't matter, because there are bits that stick out anyway, and whose hair is perfect. I know mine's certainly not, ever. Okay, just go around the skirt, and now her legs. I usually end up with one foot twice the size of the other, but hey ho, we shall try not to get that today. Around. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm moving the card, not my scissors. My paper snips, they stay still. That's it. There we go. Throw that away. Right, now I'm going to stamp my background. Move all those blends out the way. And I am using the stamper artist, even though we don't carry these anymore. If you've got any stamping platform, that'll be fine. Put that under there. I'm going to use the Rays of Light background stamp, and I've got a piece of Orchid Oasis that's larger than the size that I want it, but we need to make sure that that fits on and we can get our magnets on. Now, I'm not too bothered if it doesn't stamp perfectly just in the edges. It would have been better with a bigger piece, but we'll manage like that. All good, just watching in the background while working. Oh, that's nice. It's not good, not nice having to work, but at least you've got something craft related to watch in the background. I'm just going to cover that and the ink, so we're doing a tone on tone for our background, and then I'll press that down. Make sure I get as close to those magnets as I can, and lift, and there we go. And this stamp's very forgiving if you don't do it perfect, because it's not a perfect solid image, but of course with using a positioning tool you can go back over it in a perfect spot. Okay, and then we're going to trim that down, and I'm going to trim it to, and take that edge off there where there is no ink, and I'm going to trim it down to 13.9, so it's a centimetre smaller than my basic card base. And then I'm going to want her down in the left-hand corner, so I want to make sure that I'm not too close or too far away to that edge. So I'm just going to trim some off that side, and then I'm going to cut it to 9.5. There we go. And then I've got that nice central piece there where I want it. Okay, and I'm going to map that onto the first map layer, which is 10 centimetres by 14.4. And if I can find my glue, I'm just going to glue that on. There we go. That's it. I'll pop that on there. Okay, and then my stamped image, I'm going to pop on a basic white circle, and I've used the Stylish Shapes dies, and this is the 3rd largest. But then what I'm going to do is die cut the 2nd largest out of vellum, because I just think that's a bit stark between the contrast. So I think if we die cut vellum, that'll just break that up. And I have, after last time, fixed my handle on properly. I found it a new spot to live, and I've fixed it on properly so it doesn't keep coming off. I'll just run that through. There we go. Pop that away. And we have, I love the Stylish Shapes. With that, just that little bit of stitching. I don't know if you can see. It's not gonna, there we go, it's focused. Just gives that little bit of interest to them. So I'm gonna glue that one on there. I'm just gonna do it flat. And then we'll pop some glue on the back of there. Just keeping it really simple. There we go. And then I am going to add dimensionals to the back of the little girl. And you could use any of the images for this. And I've got no nails, so I struggle. But I'll take my pokey tool. I just find it easier to pick the little ones up anyway. Like so. Just put on the butterfly. Now, are you like me, where you use lots and lots of dimensionals, or are you a 1 or 2 dimensional person? I use lots. 1, because I don't want saggy middles, and 2, because I want to make sure it sticks, it doesn't fall off. Just flick those backings off. Okay. Hi Trisha, how are you? Thank you for coming along. Oh, you're doing your day job too. Everybody's at work. I'm so lucky, I really am. I'm just going to pop that on there. I do miss work. Miss going out, miss people, but I do get to craft whenever I like, if the child isn't demanding my time, of course. Right, and then I'm going to do a sentiment, and I'm going to heat emboss a sentiment on here. So I'm going to get my embossing buddy on my basic black cardstock. And then this time, I'm going to do Hi Sweet Friend. I think I did Congratulations, you did it on the other card. But there's lovely sentiments in here. Life is better with friends like you. Thank you for being part of my life. Nice to have you by my side. Hi Sweet Friend. Thinking of you today. you did it, and here for you. So there's something that you can use for most occasions on there. So I'm just going to stamp it in Versamark, and what I'll do is I'll stamp it twice, just in case one isn't too good, or I mess up cutting it, or if not, I've then got a spare one done, ready for next time I want to do it. I'll pop that in. You're skiving work from home, which helps. Yeah. See, I don't think I'd be any good working from home. I'd keep putting things off. I'm not strict enough with myself. I cheat myself constantly, which, yeah, isn't good. Right, I'm just going to heat this. Come back on. Make sure we don't overheat. We don't want to burn our card. There we go. Right, I'm just going to trim them. And I think I'm just going to do a straight. Now, I'm okay cutting straight with a pair of paper snips as long as I can do it in one snip. If I try and do it in 2 or 3, forget it. It's not happening. So I use my trusty mini guillotine a lot because I just find it easier. I just wish we still had these available. You never know. Might come back in the future. Do that. So I've got that one spare so far. I'll just trim that. See, even to do this, I find it easier in here than with my snips because I do go off at a strange angle quite often. That's it. And then I'm just going to pop, oh, if I can pick it up. All my nails have broken. Pop that on dimensionals too. That's it. Three on there. And pop that on. Just going to stick that on there. That's it. And then I've just got a basic white thick card base, which is 10.5 centimetres by 14.9. I'm just going to glue that onto there. Pop that on. Centre that up. I just like, because it's quite an abundance of colour, dark, bright colour, I like having the white on white. There we go. And then we just need to embellish. So let's have a look in here what we've got that we can use. Now, I haven't got any of the in colour embellishments, but we could go for some white sequins, or like my other one, we could go for rhinestone basic jewels. Thank you, Trisha. I haven't got I have got the original, but I don't know where I've popped it. I'll see if I can find it. What else have we got? Or we could go brushed brass butterflies to go with the butterfly. I've got iridescent pearls. Why not use your blending pens to colour? Because, Anne-Marie, I didn't think. I think we will. Let's go with our rhinestones. See if we can colour those. And then we can have some Parakeet Party and Sweet Sorbet, can't we? And we'll go with the dark so they colour better. We'll go with dark on the large for the Sweet Sorbet. I haven't done this for a long time. And I always used to do it more with the basic pearls. But I forget. No, we haven't got them. And I will do a couple of Parakeet Party. And we'll see what they look like. Right. Make sure it's dry. Ooh, yes. There. With a smaller one. And then we'll just pop these around wherever we feel. I think we'll go up there. And the last one down here. There we go. Perfect. It is. Well done, Anne-Marie. Ah, yes. Good call. Good call. Let me just see if I can find the original one. Because I photographed them and then I popped them away. And as you can see, in my huge box of cards, aha, I have got it here. So that was the original one I did, which was using the Coastal Cabana. And then I did it with watercolour pencils. And then today's. So yeah, exactly the same design, but totally different. I hope you like those. Brilliant. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to go and have some lunch now. This time certainly works better. Both are different and beautiful. Thank you, Anne-Marie. That's very kind. I must admit, I do love the Rays of Light stamp. It's brilliant just to add that background with, you don't need a lot else, just your focal point, and that's it. Right, yeah, I'm going to go off and have some lunch and get ready for Hayden coming home. Because we're off on a shopping trip to the designer outlet at Cannock. It's his birthday shopping trip. But I convinced him to wait till the sales were like everyone's back at work, most sales over, so it'd be a bit quieter. Right, well, thank you very much for joining me. If you're watching on the replay, do comment and let me know. And hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye.